Elon Musk goes down to the border, which is pretty incredible because he's a billionaire. He's a tech guy. He's all into X and these electronic vehicles. But he's concerned about what's happening in his state. He moved his whole company down to Texas in Austin. He goes about 200 miles outside of Austin to Eagle Pass, which is the epicenter for all of this. It's been in the news a lot lately because there's just been an influx of these migrants, and we've seen all the video. He goes down there to live stream an unfiltered visit with the Texas Congressman Tony Gonzalez. So this is what he posted online. There's one clip where he's wearing the cowboy hat, the mirrored aviator glasses, and he's live streaming that. But I think this is the clip when he is interviewing Tony Gonzalez. So listen to this.
I mean, what we're seeing here are, in some cases, some pretty extreme individuals coming through.
Sure.
Obviously not suggesting everyone is like this, but you're talking about a guy who came through who had face tattoos, including tears, tattooed on his face.
Yes.
The tear, when somebody tattoos a tear, it means that they have murdered someone.
Yeah.
And they are so proud of having murdered someone that they tattoo one tear on their face for every person that they kill. Is that correct?
That's exactly right. I mean, these are
and this person just claimed asylum. And we just let them in.
We let them in.
Most likely, if they were murdering people somewhere else and proud of it, they will continue in that tradition.
That's exactly right. And that's what people are scared. People in American citizens are scared. They just don't feel safe. They don't know who these people are. They don't want to assume, but they also don't want to not assume. They have children. It's a safety issue.
But AOC is not happy. She tweeted this on X, formerly known as Twitter. What's funny about this photo? No one's laughing. The House is holding important votes in D.C. tonight. People are scrambling to avoid a shutdown. But this Republican congressman, who represents the area, decided to skip town to joyride with a billionaire when his own party has just a single-digit margin and needs his vote.
You know what's funny about that? She does not realize how stupid she sounds. If you look at the average American, knows that this border is affecting almost everything they do, even if you don't live in Tucson or Eagle Pass. If you live in New York, if you live in Chicago, you see Philadelphia, small and big cities, you're feeling the illegal immigration. You have the stories yesterday in California. They don't publicize it a lot in California and New Mexico because Democratic-run cities and states, but it is a problem in our country. And this is a guy addressing a problem. He's not hanging out at SpaceX, touring rockets, or Tesla, finding out about the new electric car, or his tunnel program, or electrodes in his brain. The smartest man in our country sees this as a problem, and dare I say, might have a solution that could solve the problem because he's not a politician.
Well, they've gone back and forth on X, and that's why she's commenting on him down there and criticizing him, because the day before, Elon mocked her for saying that there were more migrants that entered the U.S. through Ellis Island than that were arriving illegally on the southern border. And he's like, does she know how stupid she sounds, to your point? He wrote on Twitter or on X, he said, she's just not that smart, because everyone who came on Ellis Island was legal.
Yeah, exactly. And he is for legal immigration. But and the day before he went down, he announced on X he was going to go down. And here he is, all dressed in black like Johnny Cash. And by the way, the first time I think the drone team has ever picked up a billionaire at our southern border. There he is right there in the black hat. The day before on X, Elon Musk said, we actually do need a wall, and we need to require people to have some shred of evidence to claim asylum to enter, as everybody's doing right now. It's a hack, Elon says, that you can literally Google and know exactly how to do it, because there's so much money that the cartels are making right now. Everybody comes across the southern border and they game the system. They know exactly what to say. And listen, he's for immigration, and that's why yesterday in the 4-minute live stream, he essentially had a two-pronged approach for fixing the problem. He said, first of all, there should be expedited legal approval. So in other words, if you are a hardworking person and honest, we should be able to process you effectively and quickly if you qualify. But he also says, bar the entry for those breaking the law and people like the guy with the teardrop tattoos from prison.
The problem is all the folks that are crossing the border, the reason why they're just turning themselves in and they aren't running away is because they're trying to claim an asylum.
Right.
90% of those folks don't get asylum. They're claiming that they're coming here for economic reasons. That's not a reason to get asylum. No. Senator Patty Murray of Washington, the chairwoman of the Appropriations Committee, acknowledged Thursday that some of her colleagues are concerned about border security. John Tester, who's going to be in a heated race in Montana, said the border needs some attention. But you can't tell that to the Squad because they believe, well, it's not a problem. This is Ayanna Pressley on CNN. Let's watch.
And we're in the midst of a humanitarian crisis, and we have to fix a broken system.
Wait,
and
you think it is secure? You think the border is secure, or it is not secure?
I believe that we are in the midst of a humanitarian crisis, and there needs to be federal investment to support those migrant families.
Do you think that the border is secure? Is that what you said?
Yes, the border is secure.
But if you have millions of undocumented migrants coming into the country, how is the border secure?
Jake, this is not a new crisis. It does require more political will.
Yeah, it is a crisis like we've never seen before. It is an all-time record. Last year, 2.3+ million people came across the border that we know of, minus the gotaways. This year already, 2.2 million have come across. This is a crisis like we have not seen before, let alone the fentanyl that's coming through, let alone the northern border that's being hit like never before. And now they're single men, and we've lost. I don't know why people don't think this is a big deal. We've lost track of 84,000 children. So why do people, when we lost 5 children in a soft-sided tent facility, it was a catastrophe under Trump. Now 84,000 people have just disappeared into the wilderness, and mysteriously we've given Venezuelans special work visas for 18 months if they come here. You basically just created the biggest influx of Venezuelans ever because their country has been driven into the ground by communists.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.